What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Road to Glory. I know. I was talking in yesterday's video about having a double upload yesterday and a double upload today, and I just didn't deliver again, and I'm sorry. I'm so busy right now, and it's currently Wednesday at 8:30. I'm about ready to play Castro in Fatal. The England game is on, and I spent all day doing two videos for my main channel and my Elgato's. It does this thing from time to time, and I don't know what triggers it, but I have to restart, I have to re-download everything to fix it, where basically it records the footage, and then when I go and put it into Vegas, it plays at literally 100 times the regular speed, and the sound plays at 300 times the regular speed. And if I just slow it down by 100 times, it's just really blotchy and pixelated and unwatchable. So I've had to recreate those two videos, which has taken all my evening, which I was supposed to. I'm bad. I did yesterday's video the day before yesterday, and I was going to do the late night video today, but it's already too late night to get it up live because I haven't even uploaded the other one yet because I'm waiting for my thumbnail. I'm a mess, and I'm sorry. There will be some double uploads this week at some point to get through the footage that we've got available to us. Now, 2 videos ago, we spoke about some stuff, just some general stuff, and I've got questions from 2 videos ago at the time you're watching this, because yesterday's video isn't even live yet, if that makes sense. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm working my butt off for you guys. And Ayo the Irishman mentioned, he had a question answered in 2 videos ago. He said, thanks for answering my question, Nep. Love the series so much at the moment. Will you do a house tour? I want to do a house tour, and I want to do an office tour and a setup tour. But 2 things. First things first, the house I'm moving into, it's a really nice house, and it's because of you guys and the support that you guys continue to give my videos on a daily basis that I'm able to afford such a house. And I don't want to come across as, look at what I've got, look at me, and shame about you. Not saying that you guys live in tin cans or sheds or anything, but I'm not a flashy person. I don't like showing off the things that I have. Because I've come from poverty, I've come from nothing, and I know what it's like to have nothing, and I know what it's like to have that feeling of when other people are literally throwing in your face the things that they have when you have nothing. So I don't, I don't want to come across as that kind of guy. Also, secondarily, moving into a house, and especially a house as nice as I have bought, is supposed to be a celebration and a positive thing in life. And I'm giving my daughter the best life possible. Moving her to a really nice area, a really nice house. We've got a huge front garden, a huge back garden where she can live and play freely and enjoy her life. And I'm proud of that. But and as I say, it's supposed to be a celebration. But for those of you that don't know, a simple Google search will help you out here, because I can't really talk about it. And for those of you that do know, I've got some obviously legal issues right now with the Gambling Commission. And due to that, and due to my uncertainty of what's going on forwards in my life, I genuinely don't know what's happening over the next few months. It's it's gut wrenching. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's very difficult to sit there and think to myself, let me celebrate and show off what I've got, when I don't know what's happening in my life. So I don't feel in a very celebratory status in my life right now where I think, let me enjoy this with you guys. However, there will probably become a time where I do, and I will undoubtedly do a house tour at one point or another. What I wanted to do, my initial aim, was to do a house tour the day I moved in, when it's bare bones, because we've got some ideas on expanding the house, putting an extension on. We're going to turn the garage into a gym. The 2 bedrooms on the top floor are going to be knocked through and become a big office for myself. So I wanted to do hey, this is day 1, this is my new house, and then in 6 months time do a, hey, this is where we are, look at it 6 months ago, look at it now. And I might do that, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Intensity Denny says, in answer to your question, Net, what brings me here is the consistent daily content that you have that has you commentating over it. Also, what team do you recommend I use for Foot Champions? I finished in Gold 3 last weekend, and I'm therefore qualified for next weekend league. I don't know, dude. I don't know what team you've got. I don't know what formation you like. I don't know what playstyle you like. Ultimately, always go with players that you find strong in the game, even if other people tell you they're bad. For example, I love Ross Barkley in this game. Whenever I tweet out my team, People are like, oh my god, get rid of Ross Barkley and get Ericsson, or get rid of Ross Barkley and get Lallana, or get this player or get that player. No, I like Ross Barkley. For some reason, he fits my style of play. He's got good physical attributes. He's got 5-star skill moves. Sorry, 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. He's nice and tall. He finishes his chances. His stamina levels are really good. He fits me. So for you, I would say for your team, just if you've already got a team that you used, build on that. Like this weekend league, I can't even remember what on the stipulations. Just maximum 1 legend. I honestly don't even know what the stipulations are. I haven't even built a team myself yet. But I don't know. Just go with what you like, and that's probably like my honest answer there. Kieran Cash says, "Hi Nep, I would like to hear your thoughts on the inconsistencies in the game. How some games feel smooth and everything like passing, shooting, etc. just goes where you want, win or lose. But some feel slow and very much like you're playing FIFA pre the 360 player movement introduction, very stiff and players feeling unresponsive to everything you do. Hope you see this. You're the only gaming YouTuber I watch. Best content in my opinion. Keep up." Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. What I'll say is this: there are hundreds, if not thousands, of variables in every individual game of FIFA. The person you're playing against, the players they have, the formation they have, the work rates those players have, the custom tactics, the player instructions, the way they play, the way you play, your connection with them. Like, there is so much difference on a game-to-game basis that a lot of what people experience in terms of inconsistencies is just that. For example, it comes down to like split seconds, right? For example, you could be clean through on goal against a guy who doesn't have super reactions or just doesn't read the game very well, and it takes him an extra half a second to realize to switch to a defender to close you down and get a tackle in. And by that time, it's too late for him, so you've already scored. So you're thinking, this game is going great. Like, you know, this game is brilliant. I'm scoring goals, lovely shot there. I'm better than my opponent. The next opponent you come up against, you could be in an exact same scenario from your perspective. So you're sitting there thinking, okay, I'm in the exact same spot I was in the last game. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Surely I'm going to get the exact same outcome. But what if your opponent has a defender that has just higher aggression? So that defender is a half a step quicker than the defender in the game before. What if the opponent you're playing switches to his defender and like presses you literally a quarter of a second quicker? In this instance, in just 2 small changes right there, you now could find yourself in a position where he's tackled you and you're sitting there thinking, wow, this game's inconsistent. I had the exact same opportunity in the last game and I scored it. The defender was nowhere near, yet this game I can't get near it. There is problems in this game. There are inconsistencies in this game. There are more often than not reasonable explanations for a lot of what people struggle with than this game is out to get me or this game is nonsense, this game is EA's. Because what people forget to remember, which is that an oxymoron? I think that is an oxymoron. What people just don't recall and don't understand and don't look at logically when they're playing the game is the person that you're playing against has the exact same copy of FIFA as you. They don't have a special disc that just removes aids from their game. They don't have a special team that says your team doesn't get affected but your opponent's team does. The game doesn't care whether you win or lose or whether your opponent wins or loses. The difference is in it, and what a lot of the inconsistencies will most likely be from are from not you playing different, because I know you probably feel like you play the same all the time. Even if you may not, more often than not, people have a very, very one-dimensional play style. I'm very much the same. My play style is very one-dimensional. You watch my goals scored in these games, they are 99%. I would actually say a reasonable 90% of my goals come from driven shots across the keeper. I'm unbelievably one-dimensional. So if you read my game very early on and realise that that's kind of my go-to thing, it's very easy to stop me from scoring goals. It's then up to whether or not you can score goals against me and whether I can stop you from scoring goals. But if you feel like your gameplay is consistent and you do the same things all the time, but the outcome is different, I would argue that the reason why the outcome is different is because your opponent is doing something different to a previous opponent. Even if they had near identical teams and players, it doesn't mean that the same things are going to happen. Like, there are so many, like I say, like thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of different things going on in the game of FIFA, that there are generally going to be natural inconsistencies. In terms of the game feeling smooth or not feeling smooth, I think a lot of that is to do with, so I think some of it's to do with connection. You know, if your internet connection isn't strong, if your opponent's internet connection isn't strong, or if the peer-to-peer that's put you two together isn't 100%, you may feel slight differences. Me personally, I know everyone complains about input lag. I don't experience input lag. I just don't. I don't know where people get it from. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because there are things that happen to me, like automatic passing, automatic shooting, automatic clearances, that other people don't experience, and I know they happen to me. So I'm not saying it doesn't exist. What I'm saying is I don't experience input lag, so I don't know what it feels like, and I can't judge. When somebody says, how do you deal with the input lag, I don't have it. I don't deal with input lag. I don't know what it. Obviously I'm not an idiot. I know what it is. It's like when you press A, people are like, sometimes it takes an extra second to pass the ball, and I don't know what that feels like, because for me the game has been smooth. I've played over 1,000 games of FIFA 17 already. Over 1,000 games, maybe about 700 games of FIFA 17 already, and I have not experienced input lag in even one of the games. So I don't know about like things like that, but in terms of like the inconsistency, win or lose, because you're right, sometimes like you'll do things and you'll be like, wow, my player, like, you know, like my opponent should have scored there. Like, so many times my opponent gets through on goal, and I'm in the call with like Marshall and Basin and stuff, and I'm like, he's gonna score here, and then he misses. And I'm like, for me, I'm like, wow, that's surprising. Like, I'm genuinely shocked that he missed that. But the difference may not be the way I'm defending. It may be the way he was attacking. He might get in behind and not do a driven shot, or not put enough power on it, or panic and, you know, shoot too early or shoot too late. Like, there are so many variables in this game that for it to be consistently consistent would convince me more than ever that there was scripting or handicap or momentum. I do believe in momentum, but if it was consistently consistent, I would believe more so that there was scripting than when it's consistently inconsistent, because the inconsistencies, in my opinion, are what prove to me that this game isn't just deciding things off the bat, that there are code, you know, code being read, written and pushed into the game at the touches of your buttons, causing the inconsistencies. So I would say in terms of most things, learn the inconsistencies. If you're like, okay, this happens quite like inconsistently and this happens inconsistently, try and figure out why, because when you figure out why, that's when you are able to manipulate the match engine to favor you. And that's how the pros are the pros, and the scrubs like me are the gold one scrubs like me. But I do appreciate your question, and I would love to read your guys' reactions and thoughts and feedback on what I've just said in the comment section, because I think it's an important topic to discuss. And if any of you guys are on Reddit and want to take this theory and add your own anecdotes to it and put a post on Reddit, I would love to read that as well. Alfie Owen says, hey Neb, do you think Hazard will get Player of the Month for October? If so, what parameters do you think there will be to build the squads? Love the videos. I honestly couldn't call who is going to get Player of the Month. So the public vote is only worth 10% of the actual vote for Player of the Month, and Hazard won the public vote clear as day. So he's got a small advantage straight away. However, of the pro players that I know and of the couple that I speak to on a regular basis, they think that Diego Costa is going to win Player of the Month. And the reason why I would rather side with them than with the public vote is because it's the players and the managers and such that vote for and have a heavier say in who wins Player of the Month. So if two pro players are saying to me they think Diego Costa has been the best player this month, who am I to argue with them? So I don't know if it will be Hazard. It could be Hazard. It could be Joe Allen. It could be it could be Diego Costa. I think there's like could be Gundogan. I don't think it's going to be Gundogan, but it could be Gundogan. There's several people that it could be. In terms of stipulations, I genuinely don't know. It's a new world for all of us. It's a new game for all of us. You know, the squad builder challenges. There's nothing to say, oh, last year EA did this, so I assume it'd be something similar, because there was nothing like this before. So I don't know, and I don't even know if Hazard will get it. Everyone's like under the impression that Hazard is an absolute shoo-in to win the Player of the Month, and I don't know if he will. So I tell you what though, I would love it to be Hazard obviously, but I would love it to be Costa as well, because then I'd have Son, Sterling and Costa as my three up front that would have all be the special cards, which would be pretty damn awesome. John Stulgatis says, Nep, it's not the titles of the type of content you put out, but love Road to Glory and Draft to Glory. What I love about your videos is your knowledge and your maturity of the game. I love how invested you are into your players and how loyal you are to your fans. For me, it's your personality that makes me click on the vids. And I appreciate that. I talked about 2 videos ago, why me? Why are you guys watching me above any of the content creators out there? Because there are so many. And in my honest opinion, there are many better than me, and it warms me to know that you guys still pick me over those people. And there was a lot of comments like this, like kind of like giving out those same sentiments, and I appreciate all of you. I did read a lot of the comments from this video. I'm sweating so, it's freezing cold outside and it's boiling hot in my room, it's crazy. And anyone that did put a message in very similar to this, I thank you guys for your kind words and your support. I did have a screenshot there, but it says this screenshot was removed. Boy Blunder says, again, very under very similar words of the previous statement, says, hey Nep, just answering your question as to why I watch your videos. I am your age, in fact maybe a year older, and I prefer the mature approach and informative videos. I don't enjoy watching kids screaming. I'd rather chill out after work and watch a bloke who gives me info and tips and someone who isn't biased when it comes to taboo subjects. I don't watch any other FIFA YouTubers except Darren Gaming, who is also an older dude. Well, thank you again for the kind words. And that made me think about 2 things. First of all, that made me think about how old is everyone here? A lot of people lie when they're on the internet and they're like, I'm 90 or I'm 7, you know. But if you're genuinely your age and you want to let me know, just let me know. Because although Google Analytics do tell me the average age of my viewerships, that's not always a sincere case of how old people are. The other thing that made me think of was in terms where you talk about, you know, not watching kids screaming and chill out bloke. So I prefer streamers and video content creators very much similar to myself. And it, like YouTube, why I started watching YouTube and why I got into YouTube was because of the people that I used to watch. C-Nanners, Hutch, Trout, Philpot and Barca Boy. I used to watch people like Sam 5000, people that just used to be gaming commentators. In terms of streamers, I used to watch A9 Skills back before I knew him personally and when he was just a streamer. You know, in terms of people that I watch right now, I watch relaxed, informative streamers. Okay, Nick gets a little bit heated at times, Castro gets a little bit heated at times, but I enjoy their general content. So I can understand why you would want to watch this kind of content, but the population and the popularity isn't this kind of content. The popular people, the people that get the millions and sometimes hundreds of millions of views per month or even potentially per video, are the screamers and the shouters and the hype men, and that's totally okay because it's whatever you're into. But it's interesting for me seeing you know, a YouTuber, friends, JJ, KSI, you know, a guy that I've known since he had 25,000 subs and I had 5,000 subs. I know him personally. I've spent many a weekend with him, many a holiday, many a gaming event trip with him, and it's crazy for me to see him doing what he does, and for me to look up to someone like him, thinking, wow, like look at what he and the Simon and General have done. JJ specifically, a #1 best-selling book, 2 movies, countless hit singles and albums, one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet, and he is what, 23, 22 years old. Absolutely sensational. It's something that I aspire to, something that I want. I don't necessarily want the movies or whatever, but I want to be great. I want to be something to be remembered for my family, for my daughter. You know, I don't want to be there and like when I'm grey and old, people be like, what did he do in life? And I don't know, he worked for his dad for a while. Like, I don't want that, you know. I want great things for me and for my family. And when you guys say that you like to watch me, when I know that so many people like to watch people like KSI, it really does make me happy. It makes me very grateful that I have you guys as viewers and that you found me, however you found me, whoever you found me through, whatever, you know, social media outlet you found me through. Because I know a lot of people on Twitter only know that I do YouTube when they find me on Twitter. Like, I get some people tweet me all the time, be like, damn dude, I've been following you on Twitter for like 6 months, didn't even know you did YouTube. So, you know, however you found me, whoever you found me through, thank you for being here. It's very much appreciated. Bas Van Doren, very long message here, and there's not much time left on the video, so I'm going to try and read through this a little bit quicker. So if my tongue is too fast and you don't really understand some of the words, I apologize. He says, "Hey Nev, this is a slightly late reaction, but I didn't have time to watch the video earlier. I watch your videos for several reasons. I really like the way you talk about FIFA and make an effort to make you and us understand it as well as possible. In that aspect, I learn from your videos. I also find them interesting and relaxing to watch in between all the busy school stuff I've got to do. Lastly, I also really like the way you speak English. You use a way wider variety of vocabulary than any other FIFA YouTuber I know. I have to improve my vocabulary because I have to write academic essays at school. Your videos indirectly help me improve that aspect as well. Keep up the good work, man, and it's helping and or entertaining a lot of people." Well, first of all, I really appreciate the message. Second of all, I do have a strange vocabulary. I wouldn't say it's necessarily wider than other YouTubers, because when you're making videos, there's keywords that are important to a video. Like when you pack a good player, oh my god, like it's an instant reaction. A lot of what other people do are instant reactions and basically like instinctive reactions, to the point where they don't think about the words they're saying. For me personally, sometimes I just use words, I don't even know why I use it, I don't even know why I say it, I don't know how and what I tend to do is grab onto a word and use it several times every video, as pointed out by people in the comment section, and then move on to a different word and use that. And where that comes from for me is my background in music. Like when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I used to like rap a lot. I used to write a lot of music back then. Nothing ever really came of it, but I did used to write a lot of music back in my youth. And for me, listening to people like Eminem, like Jay-Z, like Pharoah Monch, you know, the old school hip hop heads, Biggie, Tupac, that kind of era of music, that was what I grew up in. And those guys used unbelievably large and extensive vocabularies, and it inspired me to want to be that and do that. You know, instead of like writing lyrics that are very generic and very basic, I was always interested in pushing the boundaries and trying to find words that were similar to the words that I wanted to use, but offered a greater kind of syllable. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like when you rhyme, you write in syllables or multi-syllables and connective syllables and stuff. And I wanted to use words that best suited me to be able to offer me the opportunity to do things differently to how other people would do them, which is why I started, like at times I would literally just look at thesauruses and look at dictionaries and just find words that I just never knew about, and that's how this came about for me. But I'm glad I can help you. Now I did have a few other comments there. First comment real quick, which I can get in, it says, "Why do I play the qualifications when I go 3 and above?" Just for the prizes, dude, just for the prizes. The other 2 comments that I had, unfortunately I'm not going to have enough time to read through. Maybe we'll get through them in the next video, but this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. After 20 games, we've got 14 wins. That's not too bad. I feel like I've been super inconsistent in my gameplay in these 20 games that we played. So to come away with 14 wins off those 20 wasn't too bad for me. I would have liked it to have been closer to 16 or 17 wins, but hey, can't win them all. This will be the end of the video, guys. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.